It's let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth. Don't play with the voice. Ay, let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts. We don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth. Don't play with the voice. We talk fake friends, side dudes, heartbreak too. Baby mamas, baby daddies, nothing off the menu. She ain't scared to speak it, now she built for the flame. Say your name without say your name, if it's smoke, it's the same. Energy loud, tea stay hot. Truth hit different when it land on the spot. So fix your face, don't flinch, don't scam. It's the queen of real talk, yeah, that's Am. Let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts, we don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth, don't play with the voice. Ay, let's keep it real with Am. Let's go. Real talk, raw facts, we don't move slow. She cut through the drama like a blade to the noise. Southern Belle with the truth, don't play with the voice.
Hey everybody, what's up? I'm back with another video. This one is very much still near and dear to my heart. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to turn on your notifications so you will be notified each and every time I go live. This is yet another crime video, and I'm going to go ahead and read my disclaimer. So my disclaimer says, copyright disclaimer under the Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So I really, y'all, I really need y'all to share this one out. We really need to get the word out, y'all, because yet we have not yet another family from Birmingham, Alabama, who was coming out seeking help from the community, worldwide community, okay, about their son being unalive, hanging from a tree in Birmingham, Alabama, and the police have not yet to do anything. They keep ignoring their calls and stuff like that. Now they didn't want to come to the media. They just now came to the media like 2 days ago, and I was on TikTok and I stumbled across it and I was like, oh yeah, I need to get this out. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm trying to take this disclaimer down, y'all, and I'm like, dang, I forgot how to do it. Ain't that crazy? But here I go. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into it. It's on TikTok, right? So this one.
Good morning, everyone. So we are doing this video because we need answers. This was really our last resort. It's something we did not want to do. We did not want to have to come to social media, but Birmingham Police Department is giving us no other choice. So our oldest son, Mingo Allen II, they claim was found hanging from a tree in Birmingham, Alabama, found hanging from a tree. So we have done all of the proper protocol, and this was back in April. So we have submitted the open records request that they recently just denied, which is why we're having to make this video right now. Also, the other thing is the detective, dealing with the police department, making requests to the mayor's office. It has gone nowhere. We keep getting the runaround. We referred the case even to the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency, which is our State Bureau of Investigations, and yet they still chose to stonewall even them. So we know that something is wrong, and we want to figure it out. So the only, I think what is the most crazy thing about this is that our son was missing. And I'll let my husband elaborate more on that because he was more a part of that firsthand than I was, because I was at work at the time. But our son was missing, and when I think it was like the next day, we received a call from the coroner's office, and we had to actually identify his body. So at that moment, they had a picture, and I asked, could we see his body, because like the case number, they had like the plaque over his neck on the case number, and I was like, well, we were just so confused and so distraught at the time. So needless to say, the very next day, unbeknownst to us, his body was released to his spouse. And when it was released, our son was cremated. So this is what we have of our son, and it was mailed to us by a third party, which we are grateful for. But this has been traumatizing. It has been a lot, and we just want answers. So they said that our son died suicide by hanging. And so if he did indeed die by suicide, which there was a note, if he did die by suicide, then we just wanted to understand why, because then that will make us advocates for, suicide prevention or whatever. They've been giving us the runaround, so we don't know what's going on right now, and we just want answers.
And this is
okay. So they saying that he was found hanging, and it was a note, and it was suicide. So I'm wondering if well, they need to be in contact with Ben Crump first and foremost to investigate this. But I wonder what the note said. And anyway, they could have wrote out the note. And I had no idea that the young man was married. They say Mingo Damon Allen II. So he was a junior. That was his name. He was a 30-year-old black man.
I know the Birmingham Police Department, this is a case number to y'all. This is our child.
Yep.
He was a grown man, but this is our child.
Yes.
It's people that love him. He has a daughter. He has family. He has friends. And the lack of empathy, the pushback, the lack of consideration. I'm at this place with it at this point. I don't want to talk to the mayor's office. Tried that.
They didn't contact us back.
I don't want to talk to the police department.
And y'all, being that I live in Alabama, I live in Montgomery though, and I'm like an hour and 15 minutes from Birmingham. And they not lying. These people are rude. They're mean. They don't want to help. They don't answer no questions. Like you would literally snap and be in jail. And that's why, like, y'all, I try not to get so mad over stuff because I know how they handle things here. These people are rude. People that work at the state building, people that work for the federal government here, all of them are rude with nasty attitudes. And make it so bad, y'all, these people are black. Okay? These people are black. 80% of them are black that works in these places. That's what's making it even bad.
They had a sergeant from the police department call us instead of the mayor. But go ahead, babe. I'm sorry.
This is a closed case. And from everybody I've spoken with, open records should be given to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
We can't have them as their parents. We referred this to Aaliyah,
Alabama Law Enforcement Agency.
and it took them a couple of months to get the case. And then when they got it, they're telling them no. So if this is such an open and shut case, why can't nobody see what happened?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what happened. We will never stop.
Never.
Ever stop. I want to know what happened, and I want all of this information given to Aaliyah today.
And we already have a special agent assigned. Birmingham police department is not cooperating with him. Like I stated just a few minutes before, when I reached out to the mayor's office, the first lady who took my information, apparently, she told me to call that somebody would contact me within 14 days. I decided to follow up, me being me, and I called back, and they had no record of my phone call. So the other lady actually took down my information, and then that.
But I mean, that happens a lot here, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. That happens a lot here. Can y'all please share this out? Can we make this go viral? Can we get this family some justice? We sick of being told that it's suicide and they found hanging from a tree. Why couldn't it be in the bathroom or something like that? Why I gotta be from a tree? And y'all think that we supposed to believe it? That's just like with the guy from Mississippi. What's his name that just passed? I can't think of what his name is right now, but y'all know who I'm talking about. It just happened like 2 weeks ago, and they said the same exact thing.
Evening, I received a call around between 6:30 and 7 o'clock at night from a sergeant at the police department. It almost was like they were trying to intimidate us to stop, and I'm not going to stop.
And the crazy part about it is,
wow,
they insulted our intelligence and told us we can't have the open records because we're not next to kin. But when they needed somebody to identify the body, we were next to kin then.
Mm-hmm.
Stop playing games with us.
Oh, wow. Ain't that something? Playing games like that, telling them they not next to kin. So I guess his wife or whoever was next to kin. But The wife would want that too, right?
I don't know what was done. I don't know. I do not know what somebody
Wasn't
didn't
done.
do.
Yeah.
I'm not accusing anybody, but what I am saying is somebody is going to tell us what happened, and over the course of the next few weeks, we're going to do videos telling how we've been treated throughout this
Ooh.
whole process,
Yes.
so y'all can see what we have been through since
Yes.
April. I have literally been chasing my son, our son,
Yes.
since April 2nd. It will be October next
Oh,
week.
y'all hear that in his voice? Y'all hear the sadness? Do y'all hear that? Do y'all see his face? This is sad.
This is crazy.
It's crazy.
So,
gosh, then the mother, Lord Jesus.
that's all we have to say for right now. Birmingham Police Department Homicide Division, do us right.
And the detective, we found out that he was with the homicide division while we were identifying his body. They had him, and nobody even contacted us from the Birmingham Police Department. The detective actually contacted me because I called and left 2 messages, and that was over the course of the weekend. And our son, by the time he called us, our son had already been cremated, and his spouse had already left the city. So I'm just saying, we need to know what happened. And we need to know now. Y'all, please help us. We need your help. Please spread this, share this, y'all. Please, we need help.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
So y'all hear him. Please share it. Get it out. I'm finna comment on it. So I'm telling him I'm doing a video right now for my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's see. They got another one too, y'all. I think this may be it.
Hey, y'all. So we just kind of wanted to come back on here and clear some things up. I was reading the comments. What I do want to also say is that I don't know why on TikTok it's not allowing the video to be shared. Somebody reached out to me. And that share button is no longer there. So please feel free to download it just so we can get the word out and make sure that, this gets out there. And we appreciate you doing it. We appreciate everybody and all the love and all the comments and the likes and everything and the reposting. We thank everybody on every platform that we put it on. Now, just to clarify, as far as people were asking about why, him being cremated, what happened was the last day that we spoke with his wife was the day that we identified his body. We've not heard from, seen, or anything since. So he was actually cremated. The body was turned over to her and he was cremated. The next thing is the bag that you saw of his remains were a partial bag that came from someone else. We've already, and we know who the person is, who the source is, and it is a reliable source. So the third thing is, as far as an attorney, yes, we have actually reached out to attorneys, but because the case was ruled suicide, then they couldn't help us. That is the reason why we were requesting his records to see and to get, the State Bureau of Investigations in on the case, which they are, so that they could get those documents to see if his death was ruled properly. So I hope that clears things up. We'll be still coming on here and telling y'all, the story and what happened.
So I'm gonna just tell you very briefly how I found out. I text my son. He didn't text me back. He always texts me back. I woke up the next morning. He still hadn't texted me back. I thought, well, okay, maybe he's busy. So by lunchtime, he hadn't contacted me back. So I called him. And when I called, someone answered his phone. And I said, can I speak to Mingo? And they said, this is Mingo's phone. I said, who is this? And that person was his wife. And she just basically said that he didn't come home. And there's some details in there I don't really want to get into, just the real personal details. So I told her, well, if he didn't come home, is that common? No. So I said, well, did you call the police? She was like, no. I was like, well, hang up and call the police. So I hung up and called my wife. She was at work out of town. And she said, you go over there so you can be there when she give the police report. Well, I was actually there when she gave the police report, and I don't want to say any details what she said. Then they told us that, okay, they had found him. We're like, what? I was excited. So they gave her address. She sent me the address. She got to the address before me. and he wasn't there. So we ended up going to a couple of more locations. To answer your question, he was not at any of those locations. So that day kind of wind down. It was a very long day, a very, very long, stressful day, like one of the hardest days of my life because I just knew we would find him. And then then me and my wife, we met up when she got back in town, and we just sat in the car and we just consoled each other. I mean, this is
Unbelievable.
our first child. Our first child is like missing. This
Wow.
ain't real. We're gonna find him. We're gonna find him. That's the fate we had. Then my wife, said, "Hey, let's go to this area over there where he lives, and let's see. Let's just go over there." She had never, she hadn't been in that area since he moved, and she says there a park near here. I'm like, I don't know,
because that's where he would normally go. He loves being outdoors.
So we rode around. We found the park. Lo and behold, my wife like pulling this park. So we pulled in that park. When we got in that park, I'm jumping out the car. I'm running around. I'm like calling his name, thinking he there. Well, y'all, the ironic thing is, that's the park he was found in the day before.
Wow.
And we have never been in that park before.
Yep.
Never
we didn't know it.
set a foot in that park. So the next morning, we got a call from Irondale Police Department that said, "You guys come on back down. Y'all need to fill out the missing person report," because we stopped the first one because we thought he was located.
And we were going to be on the news.
Yes, we was going to go on. We knew a contact that was going to help us get on the news. Well, so when we're sitting there at Irondale, we're filling it out. The person said, "Let me go get the approval from my supervisor." When he came back, we were getting ready to sign it, and my wife's phone rang, and it was the coroner's office, and they said, "We have found a John Doe, and we need y'all to come identify." I bet y'all are asking, how did the coroner know y'all? Well, the coroner said because he had on his employment jacket, his work jacket, he called around in the area and found a place that had the name on his jacket. And sure enough, he spoke to someone at the job and said, "Hey, have you do you have anything going on with any of your employees?" He said, "Yeah, I got a guy that hadn't shown up for work, and ironically, his parents came up here looking for him." And then he gave him our phone number, and that's how we ended up at the coroner's office.
And we'll do some more parts on this, y'all. We just don't want to make these videos too long, but we wanted to just come back and do a follow-up.
Okay, so with this video, now the wife to me is suspect, if you ask me. And it looks like they did not have a good relationship with the wife. So the wife didn't report him missing when he didn't come home. He didn't even know the wife's, voice when he called, ask him where he was and ask who it was. So it's like, dang, y'all didn't even know the wife like that. Y'all must ain't really care for her or whatever. But if your husband don't come home the night before, what you gonna do? You gonna contact his parents. You gonna go around looking for him. You're gonna notify the police. And then in 24 hours, you're gonna do a missing report. So the wife seems suspect to me. All right. Let's see.
Sorry about that, y'all. I had to get myself together so Mingo could finish. Okay.
Wait a minute, hold up.
Okay, y'all. So we are now going to talk about our ride from the Irondale Police Department to the coroner's office. And so it was very difficult because we knew we were going to the coroner's office. So I had and excuse the background noise, y'all. We're at a park. We just feel like this is the right place and the most peaceful place for us to tell this so he can kind of stay calm. So forgive the background noise. But anyway, I felt really literally like I had to throw up because of the just the feeling of me knowing that this could possibly be our son. So we're riding, on the freeway and almost in kind of a quiet stillness, but also trying to have small talk just to keep ourselves occupied so we're not filled with the anxiety that I know I felt. And so as we get to downtown Birmingham, and because I had to Google where the coroner's office was, so we get to downtown Birmingham and we're riding on this street. And when I tell y'all, I don't even know how to explain to you the anxiety that I was feeling, the anxiousness that I was feeling in that moment. And so like I said, as we're riding down the street, we find a parking space on the backside of it. We have to walk all the way around because they are moving their building. When we get around to the doorway, we didn't know what to do. So it was a doorbell. I think it was a doorbell for us to ring. Y'all don't quote me on that because I can't remember exactly. But anyway, needless to say, these two ladies were coming up. They let us in. This was the longest hallway I had ever seen, it felt like. I told them that we were coming there to identify a body, so they led us where we needed to go and took us to that office. When we got to that office, we were greeted by the coroner, and we went and it was like, y'all, it's old school because they're moving buildings. So we walk into kind of like this boardroom looking thing where they have this old school wooden
Know more
table,
about
these
this
old school
wife.
leather chairs, and we sit down. He comes in and there's a folder in his hand, and in the folder, he goes in to take out this paper, but he didn't realize that I actually saw the picture of our son. And so I was just, my heart fell in my stomach. And so he explained to us that, you know, there had been a John Doe found, went through the whole little spiel, and said we, you know, they wanted us to identify whether this was our son or not. So as he opened the folder and we saw our son laying deceased on the table,
Mm,
not his, you know, of course not his entire body, but they only had him like from the chest up,
mm.
and they had the plaque with his case number across this part of his neck. And so and the way his eyes looked, y'all, they were kind of like closed. When he was a little boy and people hurt his feelings, he would like do this cry, and he looked like he had been crying. That's how his eyes looked to me, like he had been crying.
Oh. I can only imagine. Oh my God.
And he told us, you know, that he would give us a moment, and I let Mingo, of course, tell his side, but I told him, he said he would
My only question is why the wife didn't come and identify the body as well?
give us a moment to just look. You know, I saw my baby.
Oh.
Um, and so I had so many questions, and so anyway, I let Mingo tell his part of what happened because yeah, I need to get myself together.
So when we got to this hospital, it looked like an abandoned hospital.
Mhm.
The coroner's office was still in the old hospital because they had built a new one next door. And I remember going down that hallway. It just reminded me of an 80s film where the lights looked like they're flickering. I mean, my heart was about to thump out my chest. And like Karen said, you know, the coroner greeted us. He sat us in the boardroom. Well, whereas Karen saw the picture, I didn't. So they slid the folder over to me. And I remember opening that folder and I felt like my life just left my body. I was like, this is my boy.
Oh
This is
my
my guy.
God.
This is my best friend. I was telling myself the whole time, it's gonna be the wrong person. This ain't gonna be him. We gonna say, oh no, that's not our son. It was
Oh.
him. And as Karen said, he looked like he had been crying. And I felt weak as a father. I felt weak as a man because no matter what I know how to do or who I know, it couldn't help him in that. Just the thought that he went through this by himself. I didn't even know if I would be able to do this video,
Mm.
but it's necessary. It's necessary because Deuce deserves that.
Yes.
So when after we got the folder, and I explained to the coroner my account of what happened to me to that day, how we ended up there, he said, "Hold on, I'll be right back."
Okay, y'all. So we.
Okay, so hold on. This
Sorry about that, y'all. I had to get
is
myself
sad.
together so Mingo could finish. Okay.
So the coroner said, "Hold on, I'll be right back." He left the room. He came back, and me and Karen just looking at each other. We crying. We falling out. Everything you think we would be doing, we were doing while he was gone. He came back in. We still was going through all of our emotions. He gave me this card, and I flipped the card over, and on the back of the card, it had a case number, and it had a detective's name, and then the card said Homicide Division. And I said,
Oh.
I looked at Karen, and I said, Homicide Division? And she looked at me, and then so we kind of asked the coroner. He said, just call this number. And so we left, y'all. It was just that cut and dry. I mean, we wanted to see his body. They wouldn't let us see his body. They wouldn't let
Wow.
us take a picture of
'Cause I asked.
the photo. We don't know if you can't do that in Alabama. We don't know. We left there confused, broken, and mad.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Y'all, this is so sad. This is the only videos that they got up so far. But I will be definitely following this story. I hope that this family do get justice. And y'all, to me, it seemed like the wife may, shoot, I want to find a wife. It seemed like the wife may been behind it. So what I'm going to do is, hold on, let me see. I'm going to try to find this wife because, let me see, pull up Facebook because it seemed like the wife may be behind it. But my question also is, why did they have a homicide detective? Why did they have to get a hold of the homicide detective if they saying that it was suicidal is what I want to know. Let's see. Okay, here's his page. Hopefully. Okay. That's his page. That must be his daughter. Oh gosh, it ain't got nothing. This is from 2022. Well, maybe I can find his wife. Let me see. I want to know where his wife at. Oh. Families and relationships. Sister, brother, sister. Yeah, he got a lot of siblings. Or he just calling people siblings. Cousin. Well, dang, where's the wife at? Damn. His daughter. And he ain't got no picture of his wife at all. Look like I'm gonna have to do some searching beyond this. Okay, so I couldn't find that right there for her, but I'm gonna have to do some searching beyond this. But yeah, I want to know who the wife is and what's up with that. All right, y'all, that's all I got for right now. They haven't put up another video as of yet, but this video definitely need to be shared out. We definitely need to get justice for this young man. He was only 30 years old. And for his family. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so that each and every time I go live, you will be notified. And that's all I got for right now. Bye. See y'all later.